Have you ever enjoyed a delicious meal at a New York City restaurant, only to glance at the bill and spot an unfamiliar extra charge? A service charge on an NYC restaurant bill is an additional fee, typically a percentage of your total, that the establishment adds directly to your check. And like a traditional tip, which is at your discretion, this charge is mandatory and goes to the restaurant to cover various operational costs, often including staff wages and benefits. It is a way for restaurants to ensure more predictable and often higher compensation for their employees. The primary reason many New York City restaurants implement service charges stems from the city's unique labor laws and the rising cost of doing business. As the minimum wage for tipped workers has increased and labor costs have generally gone up, restaurants have sought ways to create more stable and equitable compensation models for all their staff, both front of house and back of house. A service charge allows them to redistribute revenue more evenly, moving away from a system heavily reliant on fluctuating customer tips, and sometimes even offering benefits like health insurance or paid time off. When you see a service charge, the best practice is to carefully read the fine print on the menu or bill itself. Most restaurants will explicitly state how the service charge is distributed and whether it replaces or supplements the traditional tip. If the menu indicates the charge covers all service staff compensation, you may not need to leave an additional tip. However, if it specifies that it helps cover back-of-house wages or benefits, leaving an extra tip for your server is often still appreciated, especially for exceptional service. It is also helpful to understand that in New York City, a service charge is distinct from an administrative fee or a delivery fee. While all are added to your bill, a service charge is generally intended to compensate staff directly or indirectly, offering more transparency in how employee wages are funded. Some restaurants might opt for a service charge to pool funds and provide benefits to all staff members, which is a significant departure from the traditional tipping model where only front-of-house staff typically benefit. Understanding service charges empowers you to be a more informed diner, helping you appreciate how your money supports the entire restaurant team in New York City. This awareness fosters a more transparent and equitable dining experience for everyone, ensuring that the hard work of all staff is recognized and fairly compensated.